Tesla. That's another one you're looking at, JC. Let's just go right to that. And then we'll talk a little bit about what's going on there too. But the price behavior here is looking very promising to you.
Yeah, this is the Chinese electric vehicle company for the United States. This is Tesla. And huge base, guys. I mean, you know, people forget that there was more shareholder value created faster in that 3,000% rally where it went from 30 billion to over $1 trillion in market capitalization. Nothing like that had ever happened before. So clearly, at some point, a lot of that stuff is priced in and the market needs to just digest those gains. That's just the way it is, particularly from the largest increase in shareholder value in stock market history, which is what that was. So it's been 4 years. Probably pretty freaking well-deserved. This doesn't look like a top to me. This looks like a very well-deserved, healthy consolidation that, in my opinion, is going to resolve higher. Consumer discretionary is catching a bid. This is 17% of the consumer discretionary sector after Amazon. So this is the second largest. And I think a new all-time high is coming. And if you get anything resembling what got it here, and the market is historically very symmetrical that way, anything near what got it here, and you're looking at the largest company in the world potentially, that's the upside risk in my opinion. I don't know how high it goes. I don't know. But the risk is this is the largest company in the world.
No stock recommendations here, of course. For a long time, as you all know, JC, I totally see your argument from the performance point of view. But as you know, I've been in the other side of this trade. The more I look at it, on a fundamental basis in Tesla in terms of their auto business, what they're promising the world in terms of robotaxis, taxis, AI, everything. I think Tesla for the last few years, I absolutely agree with you. Hats off on the performance, what Elon has been able to execute. But this is the mother of all meme stocks of the last decade. The others are just little minnows that we're talking about in terms of the way this has this huge following around automobiles, this vision of a climate-free world, this vision of going to the Mars. No one can live on Mars. Humans will not go to Mars for 100 years, is my statement. And I can give you a scientific bottom-up thing on that because there's so much radiation. There's no way to protect us. And that is never talked about. But let's come back to Earth. In terms of Tesla, the near-term thing is robotaxi. Elon just tweeted that, oh yeah, we can now summon your car in and make it park and come out of a parking lot. The edge cases on AI are going to take at least another 10 years to solve. He's been promising full self-driving for 10 to 12 years. He's extracted over $2 billion from users, promising them better auto driving every year for 8 to 10 years. People who bought these 2 million cars, of which about 400,000 right now have full self-driving, that they pay $12,000 today if you buy a new one, just for the full self-driving. It's almost no better than the auto assist you can get with everything from a Kia to a Mercedes, level 2 on a level 5 scale. The world basically thinks if you buy or own Tesla stock or car, you're living 3 years in the future. In reality, you have been living 3 to 5 years in the past. And at some point, this catches up. When the market cap of this company is 2 to 3x that of the largest auto company in the world, which is Toyota, and you've got the Chinese coming full force at the world. Yes, they won't come to the US this year and next year because we've put 100% tariffs on Chinese cars. But guess what? Look at the EV sales in Mexico. 40% of the cars sold in Mexico are Chinese cars, EVs. They're around us. The water is lapping at our shores. That is why the CEO of Ford, Farley, is saying, holy moly, guys, we need to pay attention. That's why all the auto companies in Europe and the US are going to their governments and saying, hey, protect us if you want to keep our manufacturing jobs. And Tesla is right now riding above that because of this thing, that this aura that this meme stock has. So that's my fundamental bottom-up view on this.
If you get in the Mercedes new e-car, fucking blow your mind. It'll blow your mind. Like, you think a Tesla iPad is something. Get in the new Mercedes e-car if you're rich, and you're not going to buy a Tesla. Because the experience of driving a Mercedes plus the mapping and the screen is really a next level experience.
There's a famous story. One of Elon's daughters about 3-4 years ago said, Dad, I'm sitting in the back seat. There were no lights in the car. Elon, for years, he's figured out, for 5-6 years, He basically reprogrammed 100 years of car buying experience that you get a new car model every year. We've not had any one of an up on a major Tesla for 3, 4, 5, 6 years. He doesn't put any accoutrements in the car. There's no handle sometimes. They had to force him. The daughter had to force him to put a light in the back seat so she could read her book. Relative to a Mercedes, it's no contest. The prices are $80,000, $100,000. You look on social media, the Cybertrucks, they're rusting in the rain for a whole bunch of reasons. The wheel covers are basically tearing the tires up. There's all kinds of production issues. He is the Tom Sawyer of our time, meaning he's convinced the world that pay him to paint the fence while he eats the apples on the side. That is the world we're in with Tesla. That is totally disconnected with how the stock behaves, etc. But on a fundamental basis, as an analyst, when I look at the underlying pieces, I can't add it up. And that's why I just pointed out relative to the chart. To me, it's a master meme stock.